Alright, we're here today. Prove your skill number 4, day 2. After today, it's basically going to be halfway done for the Ascent tournament, part of the winter season. So we've got Naps versus GG. We're going to be following Team Naps to see if they can make it to the finals of today. Now, as soon as they lose, though, if they lose, unfortunately, the stream will have to end. So, as you can see here, Naps is going to be playing against GG. These are Naps are basically number 3 right now. GG are number 2. So, Naps definitely not up against an easy opponent for sure. And this is going to be early on in the tournament. So, a little bit of some odd seeding again here with the way that the tournament was filled out, since the number 2 and 3 teams are going to face off in the first round of today's tournament for some reason. But that's just how it aligns, so I can't really change it at this point, obviously. Naps are just going to have to play their best here. GG as well. Neither of them can afford... Well, they can, but we're just going to say, for the dramatic effect, neither of them can afford to lose here early in this tournament. Now, Faust is going to be the first map. We've got 4 caps on this map, so it lends itself to some pretty interesting strategies at the beginning of the game. There's quite a few options. You can take B early. You can take... most of the time, teams will take their closest cap. However, they might choose to play aggressive on another side and won't take it right at the beginning. Now, GG are coming in with some tanks readied up. We've got 2 Krans, we've got 3 IS-4s, possibly 2 E5s, lots of heavy tanks, as you can see here. No mobile tanks, though. Again, GG has not been really playing any sort of medium or light tank with their strategies. And in my opinion, that could be hurting them, especially against teams that do like to use them and put cap control on them. Now, Naps are going to be taking double Krans. We've got 2 E5s. Oh, triple Krans, 2 E5s, and an IS-4. Ryan is going to be taking the Vickers Light again. GG don't have any mobile tanks, like a medium or a light. Naps are going to be taking advantage of the mobility of the Vickers. Now, that could be pretty substantial, because it might mean that Naps are able to take the A cap fairly quickly, and GG won't be able to do so. Now, at the same time, GG might be able to speed boost something, like a heavy tank, probably an E5, if they choose to do so, to a spot to reset A, and then the Vickers won't be able to do a whole lot there. But besides that, GG won't... Well, they're going to have a little bit of trouble pinning that Vickers down if the Vickers plays intelligently. Now, I'd assume GG are going to be playing somewhat aggressive in the heavy side. We've got where the 2 caps are, possibly making a play towards B. Although, I would say Naps would be more inclined to do that. I do remember them playing towards the B area in some previous games. Also, they might be able to play A-B, actually. They could make a play on A with the Vickers, maybe some support from the E5s, and then play towards the B cap next. In any case, let's see what each team chooses to do on Faust early game, and see how it unfolds from there. Ryan says bonk. Hetchy pro gamer internet. It says, please kill me first. Alright, let's see. Got a lot of these nap tanks moving over. We've got Ryan actually going to be taking the C cap early. Kenny Otsuhater on D before the Vickers could get on C. Not sure exactly why they would use the Vickers to do that. Possibly just so it doesn't get spotted. Although I don't think you need a light tank to do that. Steel Hunter gets spotted, puts a shell towards Assassin. I would assume it's HE, because there's no way you're going to be pinning that Kron hull down at that range with anything else. I mean, doing damage to it otherwise. Whitetails pushing up in the E5. GG are going to be playing aggressive on this side here. Kenny, as you can see, going to be playing into the B cap. Raindrop is spotted in the mid. Could be in a little bit of trouble there. Kenny now on the B cap. I don't think anything has resets. It looks like Assassin might be able to the untrained eye, but he definitely doesn't. There's a lot of stuff in the way here, but look at this. Naps are going to be taking 3 caps. You've got Ryan again. GG can't do a whole lot about that light tank. Now, GG also aren't taking advantage of the overmatch that they have here for the time being. They're bleeding out Kenny very well, though. Assassin put some shot in. I think Kakati also had a shot on him as he pulled out of that B cap. It's gonna be pretty big for them. Oh, Kenny Otsuhater on the C cap now, recapturing this base. This is gonna alleviate the cap pressure that they have on them for now, but it won't give them the cap lead. Ooh, Rai trying to get the reset off, wasn't able to do so. Now Kenny Otsu now going to be backing off the cap, but he might get crossfired out. Raindrop looking for a shot maybe, but also doesn't want to poke too hard. Could get punished pretty heavily for it, so won't be doing that just yet. Steel Hunter now coming up. Looks like Naps are going to be counter pushing. Kenny still bleeding in the back. Looks like he got blind fired there. Steel Hunter pushing on I Am Grogu. Kenny Otsuhater getting pushed on by Raindrop. Raindrop going in kind of alone. There's shots coming in to this push here. Kenny Otsuhater getting bled out pretty hard there. Grogu gets back before Naps collapses on him. Definitely gets out of harm's way for the time being, but Kenny Otsu is now taking the brunt of the hits. Goes down. Wabbit now could go down as well. Very low. 625 HP. Assassin coming in for the kill. Gets double tapped out of the game. Echi Shio is going to be taking a lot of hits here, but he's going to be buying some time for GG tanks to come back and rotate for this push here. Jenny Kim on that side over there trying to get some crossfire in. Naps pushing into a little bit of a crossfire here. Now, at the same time, you see Ryan trying to take control of the decap. Ooh, Synergy gets mega tapped out of the game. Grogu also very low. Echi Shio trying to get away, out of harm's way. Rai taking a lot of hits, chasing for that kill. And Echi doing a good job of dragging him away and into harm's way. Kenny now picking up the kill. But, oh, some trading of kills there. GG have the HP lead, though. But look at this, 4 caps. Maybe Ryan is able to win this on cap alone, but he's bled a lot. Kakati now going over towards the decap. Might pick up Ryan as well. Ryan definitely overstaying there, trying to get the kill on Jenny Kim, or at least a shot into him to make him a one-shot for Steel Hunter as he come around here. Steel Hunter picking up the second shell in the Kron, might have the kill here. Raindrop goes down, though. They need the kills. Ooh. Ooh, and Jenny Kim beats him on the reload. He was trying to get a clear shot on his side, but died trying to get it. Now it's just Kenny versus 4. That kill shot could have been huge. In terms of the cap, at least, Kenny might have been able to pick up at least some more like damage or just get Whitetails off of the cap, but at this point it's a lost game for him. Naps almost taking advantage of the capture pressure that they had there, but GG just able to collapse just soon enough to not make that an issue. Oop. For some reason, my YouTube thing is looking really weird, but it looks like it's fine. I just see like a corner of the stream for some reason. Anyways, Yeah, I'd say Naps, yeah, did a pretty good job of taking control of the caps there, but in the end, they just weren't able to stay alive long enough for the caps to matter. So, again, honestly, yeah, I'm really confused by this here. Oh well. Hopefully the stream looks fine. But anyways, I was gonna say, yeah, GG not having that mobility piece and then still being hesitant to push somewhere. I don't know. Fortunately, actually, Naps made the initial play. For some reason, they made the play even though they had the caps. I don't know why they did that. GG, they definitely could have held back on the cap. I think they wanted to make the situation more dire for GG by picking up a quick kill on Grogu. But they weren't able to do so, and they kind of overextended for it. They got bled out, and then at that point they just had to keep going with it. But anyways, second game here. Nap's gonna be taking double 57. No, just a single 57. Got an E5 as well. Triple crons as last game. Single IS4 and a single Vickers. GG gonna be sticking with the same lineup as basically they've had the whole season, I think. Now it looks like Echishio is gonna be getting onto the C cap there. We've got Ryan getting onto D again. Naps using their Vickers pretty passively, getting the closer cap safely. Now that I think about it, I do think I know why they're using the Vickers. It's because they can get the cap and then pull off really quickly. If they use a heavy tank, sometimes if a team makes an aggressive play like this, they're able to punish it or catch it off. Now, Ryan still takes a hit though, so at least he didn't go completely down. But yeah, that's exactly why they're using the light tank instead, so they can pull it off of the cap quickly. Oh, but Ryan gets blind hit by Jenny Kim. What a shot there. Also gets hit as he was pulling out by, I believe it was Whitetails. Kenny Otsu hater now on the D cap though. Naps being really passive on A, even though they should have that cap. Their heavy tanks now just going to be rotating straight back instead of going through B. They might push into some some shots here. There's a lot of hold down tanks over there, but it looks like they're actually going to be pulling off. Jenny Kim actually gets penned. Looks like in the cupola. I would say it'd be the cupola. It might have been the side of the turret. Let's see. Yeah, just the side of the turret. Looks like the cheeks. Steel Hunter getting a good shell into the side. A heat shell of the E5 cheeks. Oh, and Echishio is spotted and didn't actually spot these tanks coming. Ooh, this could be bad news for GG. Naps now pushing up, and they were able to catch them off guard. Echishio and Kenny Otsu now forced to back up, but you've got Jenny Kim as well as Whitetails in the back, getting shots into these tanks, pushing and poking the front of their holes here. So Wabbit gets punished for it. GG actually doesn't get punished too hard for this in terms of HP. Ryan now getting cross shots into these IS4s if they back up. So now they're in a pretty tough situation here. They're forced to choose between pushing up into all of these tanks or just getting farmed slowly by the Vickers. But Raindrop is now going to be pushing across towards Grogu and Jenny Kim, taking some hits as they push across. But Grogu hasn't really taken a lot of hits either. Ryan now coming in with 2 shots on the clip, but it looks like he's going to get triple tapped for doing this. 57 takes 1. HE, another shot. Grogu forced to shoot Raindrop before, wasn't able to turn to get a shot into the focus target of Rai. You've got the tanks over here. Echishio as well as Kenny Otsu hater going down. Echishio and Grogu now down. Rai is the only casualty for GG, but GG still have the HP at this point. They've got 4 guns though, and it looks like this is going to be biting them now. Focus fire, not the best here. Jenny Kim burning out. What a shell from Raindrop. Button picks up the kill on Jenny Kim. GG still have the HP advantage, but they're down 3 guns to 5. Ryan making good use of the Vickers mobility. Wabbit goes down now. Whitetails is alone versus a lot of tanks here. You've got Raindrop and Button. Ryan coming in as well. Actually going to be taking control of the C-cap. Ooh, Kakati coming in with the clip. Oh, but he's not looking at the right target. He's shooting at Kenny. He should be shooting at Raindrop, who's pushing. Kakati still not choosing to turn and help his teammate. He really needs to help out somewhere. Button now pushes in. Kakati gonna be shooting him instead. Ooh, that was a poor commit for Button, I think. Now Assassin coming in with the clip. It looks like they can choose to clip either Kenny, or they need to make that decision quick. Kenny's now getting clipped, but Assassin goes down before he's able to get that clip off. Kakati now the single tank against 3. Might be a Kolobanov here, but he doesn't have the caps either. It looks like he just has to go for the kills, waiting for the second shell to reload so that maybe he gets Kenny on clip. Pushing forwards, Raindrop was doing a good job of just blocking, bounces the first shell, and that's basically game over for him. Not that his chances were very good in a 3 versus 1, though. Goes down to Ryan in the Vickers. But yeah, definitely going to be an issue of focus fire there. GG just didn't do a really good job of covering each other when that Naps push came in. Now, at the same time, they did get caught off guard because nobody actually spotted that properly. Naps looks like they caught them off guard on that rotation there. Vineyard's gonna be the last map played. Again, kind of weird to have asymmetrical maps in the tiebreakers, but that's just the way it will be. Vineyard's 3 capture map. GG are going to have the spawn with B closest to them. Still taking the exact same lineup. You've got 2 Krans, 3 IS-4s, and 2 E5s. Maybe they're going to be switching some tanks up. They've got a Bat Chat now. See what else they switch for. Maybe the E5 dropped for another tank. Got a Bat Chat for sure. Naps are going to be set on their lineup. Actually going to be taking 2 E5s, 2 Krans, 2 IS-4s, and a Vickers Light. Now it looks like the rest of the lineup will be staying the same. We've got 2 Krans, 2 E5s, 2 IS-4s, and a Bat Chat. So actually, basically the same lineup for both teams. Now the only difference is that, obviously, you got a Bat Chat for the light tank on GG's team. Got a Vickers as the light tank for Naps. Now, I don't really know if one of them is better than the other on this map. Bat Chat could definitely put its clip to good use on this map. Now, at the same time, Vickers might be a little bit easier to work on the ridges. Same with the view range. The view range of the Vickers could come in handy, especially on Vineyards, which is kind of an open map. Naps 1 win away from picking up this series and moving on in the tournament. We've got, actually, I'm gonna look at what Echi, Shio, and the Bat Chat's gonna be doing. Just gonna be taking the B cap. It's gonna be closest and easiest to cap for them. Ryan going to be taking A cap and getting some spots off from this bush here. Spots for GG tanks in an aggressive play, so that's gonna give up this push here. Whitetails, Kenny Otsuhader, Jenny Kim all going spotted into this position here. Looks like GG are going to be playing aggressive towards A, as they saw here. And it looks like they're actually going to be taking advantage of this. Naps knows that they're playing aggressive in A, and they can play aggressive on this side here. Kakati, oh wow, he got focused out of the game. Such an advantage for Naps now. GG are going to have to pull this back by trying to get some crossfire angles, but they're not getting shots in as these tanks are pushing across. The Krans make it pretty much scot-free. Button takes a little bit of damage, but he's overall fine. Compared to Kakati, this trade was really good for Naps. The Krons are going to be pushing across the bridge, though, it looks like. Not the best play, I'd say. However, it looks like they're just going to be grouping up and pushing on these 3 tanks that are alone. So, GG could be in trouble here. Naps... Oh, Naps could pick up some more kills. Etchy in the bat chat gets hit a few times. GG tanks trying to stay alive as long as they can. Focus fire for both teams just kind of off at this point. Nothing is really below half health just yet. Jenny Kim getting focused out though by the Krons. Ooh, Jenny Kim goes out. Yeah, that's going to be pretty much game at this point. GG just don't have the HP. They're down 2 guns, and their focus fire just isn't coming into play here. Whitetail is getting focused out. We've got Assassin getting focused out as well. Picks up the kill on Button, but it looks like that might be the only kill going in for GG. Wabbit, kill shot on Whitetails. Kenny Otsu hater getting hit multiple times there, losing a lot of HP. And I am Grogu as well, just in a swarm of red tanks here. Naps winning on both caps as well as kills. Naps spotted that push coming in early. They jumped on the opportunity very quickly on the 2 Krons that were in the middle there. Focused out Kakati very fast. And after that, it was just a snowball game. So Naps will be moving on to the next stage. Not sure if this will change the standings a whole lot. Maybe... Actually, it looks like Naps... yeah, Naps have the opportunity to make it into second now over GG. Primo won their first game of the night against Rock. Gonna be facing up against Apex next. Apex number 4 team, Primo number 1 team. Naps are gonna be playing against Void next. That should be happening in in about 14 minutes. And this is already going to be the semifinals. Now, there were only... How many teams is this? 8 teams. So there wasn't actually, basically another round here. So it's only going to be 3 rounds today. 3 sets of matches played until the finals. You've got the quarterfinals, the semis, and then the finals. Now, previously, we've had another round before the quarterfinals. But, yeah, there just weren't enough teams in this tournament to make it so. Let's see. We have a little bit of time until the next games. Play 4005. I don't really like this tank all that much. I just can't get over the huge profile that it has. I mean, I don't think the clip is all that special. Especially for what the tank gives up in terms of like armor and that kind of thing.
Let's get this show on the road.
DPM is pretty good though, 18 seconds for a clip that's bigger than the 50Bs. But it also has like 500 HP less than the 50Bs, so... What good is DPM if you're dead, right? One cool thing that it does have that I like quite a bit is the reticle calibration. or not equipment, consumable.
The gunner is dead. We're trying to cover for him.
Sad. I don't want to peek that because the T92E1 is most definitely just sitting there now. It looks like he's actually back in the bush where he was. Because the Kran got spotted. The U100 keeps moving forwards. We'll be able to hit him. Oh, but our Kran is getting pushed on. Looks like... Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like I got spotted there. U100. Yeah, I just don't like this tank. It's too big. You can't play it anywhere. You just have to camp. I hate camping.
Strike through their armor.
Might as well go for a clip reload at this point. Might just do one shot of damage. I think I got spotted. Yeah. U100 could just peek over from there. Maybe if you wanted. IS-7 is just gonna come over. Try to get a truck shot on.
They killed our driver.
Or a track shot.
Position, but not very well.
Yeah.
Vehicle destroyed.
This tank sucks. No. But I just don't like it. Like... It's a camping TD. But it doesn't have the... It's too big, you can't even hide it anywhere. The clip is just... like, it's... I don't know. It's a tank destroyer, but the clip just doesn't really work with the tank destroyer doctrine. Like, in a tank destroyer that's a campy tank destroyer, you just want alpha, so you can get a big shell into something and punish them if they overextend somewhere. 4005, you can't do a whole lot. Like, it's not all that good of a tank. In my opinion, at least. Especially on Castilla, like, what are you gonna do? Sit in the back and hope something is dumb and just comes around the corner. I just don't like that playstyle. Hmm. 7 minutes until the next games. I can play a quick game, probably. We'll give 45 one more chance. But I'm not expecting that much. The thing with big and unarmored tanks is also it's so map dependent. Like on this map, maybe I get to farm because it's so big and I can just sit in the back.
Time to roll out.
Enemies capturing base B. They're also taking A. And we have our E-75's coming this way, which shouldn't be that big of an issue, as long as he helps out on this side. Our VK's making a mistake for sure, though.
Enemy is hit. Penetration.
Now again, we can just sit in the back and farm. Like, dynamic gameplay right here. Can play this with one hand. No, actually, I was gonna say I didn't get spotted. That's weird, but I did. I'm just not gonna risk it that time. Waffle was in such a weird position, but I ended up working out for him. Bosch bounces the kill shot. That's not good for a Waffle. Or I guess it's fine.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration.
That's fine. We get our clip before he does. Might as well use the consumable.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I have a full health STI. This is a GG BG. Okay. How is he not dead yet? There are so many people shooting. But here we go. Next game of the day, Void versus Naps. Hellas is going to be the map. And, woo, Hellas's new map just gonna be weird to play all around. I don't know that many people like this map in competitive. Or in pub games. But it is a map in the rotation, so teams get the chance to play this wonderful map here, called Hellas. Now, it's going to be a 3-cap map. 2 of the caps are very close to each other in relation to the other one, which is on the complete opposite side of the map. However, that doesn't mean that teams don't like to play on that other side. I think a lot of teams actually do play at least some tanks towards that side. You'd expect a lot more teams, well, I mean, I'd expect a lot more teams to just play the heavy side, play something aggressive there, but I think it's pretty easy to defend that area there on the heavy side, which would be in the top left corner of the map. There are more ways to make crossfires, though. There's a lot of, like, weird places you can get shot from on this map, on all parts of it. So I think that's what makes it a little bit difficult to play. At the same time, it just makes it kind of annoying to play. Like, having to watch all those different corridors. And sometimes there's just not a whole lot you can do if you get into a bad position. But I think that's what makes it a little bit of an interesting map in terms of competitive play. Requires a certain level of awareness to play well. But here we go. We've got a lot of E5s ready up for naps. 3 E5s. We got 2 crons as well. An IS4 and a Vickers. Now, Void are going to be taking 4 IS4s, 2 E5s and a Vickers. Also taking a Vickers though, so they are going to be matching the naps mobility. But that certainly doesn't mean that it will discount the effectiveness of Nap's Vickers. Seems like they've been making pretty good use of the Vickers player to get the caps, as well as just make or put some damage out. So let's see here what each team has in store for us.
Let's get this show on the road.
Void looks like they're going to be playing mostly towards the A cap. Some tanks going through the middle, maybe. Ryan is actually going to be getting onto the B cap alone. If he gets spotted, though, it could mean bad news for him. Looks like he's going to be taking a very safe route here, though. Void is already on the A cap. Actually, just going to be pulling off of this. Not even going to be attempting that. And that's a pretty good idea, because look at all these Void tanks just pushing straight across. Ryan actually might get caught out of position here. Excuse me. Ryan is spotted here, and it looks like he's just gonna get trapped here. A lot of Void tanks looking at him. Oh, he's just gonna be bolting out of there. He's gonna get hit more times probably. Gets hit one more time, but at least he makes it out alive. This could be pretty good for Void, because they still have a full health Vickers that they could take advantage of later on. Now, Void do have 2 caps. They took both A and B. As I said, I was not sure why more teams don't play like this. But Naps just weren't prepared for this. Had they some tanks in good positions here, they would be able to defend this at least a little bit easier. And just buy enough time for the rest of the team to make plays elsewhere. But that just wasn't what Naps' strategy was. They played very aggressive towards C. Maybe they were hoping for some light opposition from Void on that C cap, just like they could pick up some kills on some isolated targets early. But they weren't able to find that, so now they find themselves down on cap. Devil in a new dress is getting shot as he pulls out, though. This is huge for Naps. They really need these bleeds, because they're gonna have to make a push later on. He gets absolutely punished for that, gets another shot in, and he's just way down on HP. Definitely overextended at least a little bit there. Disciple of Sped now taking some hits in the Vickers, giving Ryan a little bit of more of a foothold here, but he's going to be pushing on Ryan. He's spotted as he pushes, though, so Ryan is just going to kite him for now. 10 midgets. Looks like he's coming in. Bagel Boys actually took a lot of damage. Naps pushing in here, going for these 2 IS4s, isolated. You've got 2 E5s from Void up on top, but Bagel Boys goes down without support. Synergy looks like he's pretty low as well. We can't really see very well here due to the platform, but he's got some cover here. Auza doesn't pen a shot on him, still leaving him basically 2 HP. Devil in a new dress finally gets picked up by Ryan in the Vickers Light. Again, the Vickers pretty good at just picking up kills, and now he's able to use his mobility to get more shots into AJ. AJ now goes down. Void losing a lot of HP here. They have the cap for now, but look at this. Naps are taking both A and B back. Synergy finally goes down. What a good job staying alive for him. The Oreo now getting pushed on. It looks like they're going for 10 midgets, actually. A lot of Naps tanks looking over this way. Wabbit dropped off. Landed on the E5 there. Auza picks up a good kill shot on Ryan as he tried to back off. Now going to be sitting on the B cap. Void still pretty close to winning this on cap, though. If they're able to pick up Kenny as well. Over here, the Oreo has the kill shot, and they actually win on the caps. So Void with the 2-cap strategy, again, Naps did have the disadvantage there. They picked up some really quick kills though, but they just weren't able to take full control of the cap situation. So Void end up picking that game on caps. Their initial strategy definitely coming in handy there. They're able to take advantage of the caps, slow the game down enough, make Naps hesitant to push anywhere. They didn't punish the Naps push as much as they probably could have, but they didn't need to in the end, it seemed. They just had way too much cap. Now, Naps at the same time were a little bit slow on the rotation. Had that come sooner, they definitely could have picked that game up on kills. Now, Auza is going to be taking a T22. That could be very interesting because T22 versus basically any other medium in the game, basically you could bum rush the enemy medium and at least make it back off. If not, just outright kill it. Especially against the Vickers. Vickers is going to have a tough time dealing with the T22 alone, at least. So as soon as the T22 is played, Naps might be a little bit hesitant to run the Vickers anywhere alone without the T22 being spotted. Now besides that, each team taking essentially similar lineups that they had last game. I think Void taking less IS4s this time. Void, 2 IS4s, 2 Krons, 2 E5s, and a T22. Same lineup, basically, for Naps. We've got 2 IS4s, 2 Krons, 2 E5s. The only difference being, instead of a T22, they have a Vickers Light. Now it looks like Naps are going to be playing a similar strategy as to what Void did. Void is going to be playing on the other side this time, just giving up both A and B in favor of C. So basically the same idea that Naps had last game. Radium now going to be going for that B cap very early. Nothing's going to be able to decap. Maybe actually 10 midgets has a shot on the B cap. It looks like he does. If Radium tries to get on the cap, he has a small reset there. Putting in, looks like an HE shell. Yeah, and he's gonna get enough resets on that B cap to buy Void a little bit of time, but if they're double capping like this, there's no way that they're gonna be able to reset both tanks. Rai is just gonna be taking the HE shells from that Kron. Kron doesn't even have the reload for that, so Naps were able to take the B cap without bleeding a whole lot. Void bled a little bit as well, but it's not going to be ridiculously significant, most likely. Ryan gets spotted though. Looks like he's a little bit isolated. Gonna be staying here just to spot. Knocks the tree down. Looks like he's trying to go for some more camo, but Synergy actually pushing across, gets hit by Devil in a New Dress, gets spotted as well. 10 midgets now going to be rotating towards the B cap. Void knows that Naps are most likely going to be pushing this side now that that IS4 of Synergy got spotted. But Void are in defensive positions here. Can they make these positions work? As Naps pushes across, Auza takes a shot. Synergy gets tracked again, uses a second repair. Ryan taking a hit in that Vickers Light. Again, focusing the mobility when they have shots on them. Now Auza could take a lot here. Oh, 1607 combo out of the game now. Very good focused fire there by Naps, all prioritizing the mobility and DPM of that Void team. Looks like they're probably going to pick this game up with that early kill. Ryan now taking control of the C-cap as he tries to get some shots in. So Naps are going to have basically this game on caps, even if they lose this brawl, as long as they don't lose it too quickly. Wabbit taking a lot of hits. Bagel Boys goes down first, though. Naps up one gun. Devlin and Nudress getting focused out. The focus fire for Naps just looking pretty good now. Radium gets knocked out of the game, though. Void temporarily on equal guns. Synergy now picking up the kill, giving the advantage back to them. Raindrop getting focused out here. Synergy also getting focused out, but there's no way that Void are going to be able to overcome that cap difference. So Naps basically pulled the same move that Void did against them the first game, picking that game up on caps. Now, tiebreaker map going to be Middleburg. Traditionally, well, I was going to say traditionally, a lot of teams like playing the north side where C is. However, or not the north side, the basically up the hill where the C cap is. But teams can get crafty sometimes with some town plays. We saw Hated have some interesting strategy in the town. Actually, I think they made it work as well, so definitely not impossible to play town, especially in tournament. In pubs, I wouldn't recommend it, but tournament gameplay is definitely different. Now, we've got double Crons, 3 IS-4s, an E5, and a Vickers for Void. Looks like they can play up the hill with that mobility. They've got some generalist heavy tanks as well. The IS-4s excel basically anywhere. Crons, definitely good hold down. Naps going to be taking 1 IS-4, 2 E5s, 2 Crons, a T-22 and a Vickers. So the T-22 and the Vickers might be able to play quite aggressive on that C cap very early in the game, as Void only has a single Vickers, can't really contest the T-22 alone, and especially with the Vickers Light as backup, won't be able to do a whole lot. Loading into the game here, let's see. Now it looks like both teams are going to be playing up towards the hill. You see their tanks turning in position to go up the hill. Naps going to be going up pretty quickly. Rai looks like he's actually going to be taking a spotting position here. See if he can spot some heavy tanks instead of getting quickly onto the C cap. Auza, you can see, actually going to be making a run for that A cap. Now again, a lot of teams don't really like sending heavy tanks here because it's kind of easy to catch them off guard, and of course, if you get them up the hill, it's going to be much harder to get them up the hill later in the game, where they could get spotted and punished for it. Now Ryan also going to be taking the B cap for Naps. Looked like he had a little bit of trouble pulling out there. Wabbit now going to be pushing aggressive. Void are in defensive positions for this. Wabbit, oh, good shot into AJ Gamer. Going to be stepping onto the C-cap. Don't know if Void has resets on this. AJ Gamer taking another shell there. 10 minutes in the Cron, getting the HE shots, but AJ Gamer just keeps getting punished for this. Raindrop on the C-cap, might get HE reset, but no damage comes in, and Naps are able to take the cap advantage. They have 2 caps, Void only has 1, so Void are going to have to make a play onto that C cap or somewhere around here at some point later in the game. If Naps are able to take good positions, they should be able to win this fairly easily. especially with the bleeds that they have going on here. Void just bleeding out way too much here. These are definitely things that could come into play later on in the game. Tendry Midgets might have some shots here. Is going to be hesitant to take them though. And Ryan is actually going to be taking the A cap. Auza might be able to reset, but looks like Void are just going to be pushing into C, knowing that they have a little bit of an overmatch here. Don't know if it'll make a difference though. They've bled kind of a lot of HP. Naps at this point just don't even care about resetting C, but Void is going to be pushing across. 10 Midgets take so much hits. Both of those crons very low on that outside. This is definitely going to be a win for Naps, just because they have basically map control at this point. Wabbit takes a lot of hits here. Devlin and Dudress getting focused out by this group of heavy tanks here. Raindrop putting a shot into him. Radium put another shell in. 10 Midgets, first kill of the game. Naps just have so much cap again. Don't think Void is going to win this. Wabbit dragging tanks away if he can. If he's able to get these tanks out of the fight, it's basically game over. Wabbit again just doing a really good job of trying to pull these tanks out of the fight. Some tanks from Void going down in the back, and that's game over on cap again. Look at that HP. A lot of tanks are actually pretty low for Naps, but yeah, they just weren't able to get picked up by any Void tanks. HP sharing looking pretty good for Naps. Void not able to pin their focus fire down there. So Naps are in the finals now. Either going to be playing against Pramo or against Apex, depending on who wins that. And Apex actually beat Pramo. So Apex going to be the first team to beat Pramo this season. 2-0 as well on Hellas. So Pramo are going to be playing against Void for 3rd place. And we're going to see Naps versus Apex in the finals here. What day of premium? Nice. No, don't think these matches are going to take all that long to pop. Yeah, well, match for 3rd place starting in 3 minutes. Apex versus Naps starting in 16 minutes. So, have a lot of time. Got a good game into the 40 in the 40:05 after the disappointing first game. So we'll play a different tank. Maybe we'll play something that isn't tier 10. Never mind, I don't like the premium infested low tiers. We'll play this tank. Has a fish on it too, so might as well. What is this? We've got Rockfield. Don't really use the reactive consumable, but Sheridan's playing. I was gonna say he's pretty aggressive, but he's just playing up near that hill. Both Sheridans trading. Oh, he actually did give. Oh, come on! Should have had a shot in there. He should have been dead. tank is pretty quick. There's nothing in the back, so can afford. Oh, the enemy team is just bleeding so hard. That was a good trade still. I will take that. 1,000 for 600. Obviously free would have been better, but still not too bad. Only bad thing is we're now might be a one-shot for the 183. But he's looking the other way, so we're good. Thought I could HE pen the whole rear, but no. Might have been the angle he was at. Oh, he shot. 62A looks like he has the kill. Yeah. M103 coming up on the side. We'll try to sneak a shell in to the C50. What happened to him? Oh, he got double tapped. It was like a 62A doesn't have 1,000 alpha. That was a 2-minute game, yeesh. One-to-one managed to put a lot of damage in, same as Cheethan. Sheridan did well as well. Good job. We have some more time until the next games. We'll play this game, or this tank again. Maybe we get a slower game where we can get more damage out. This tank is not too bad though. A lot of people don't like it all that much, but I think it's basically a 268. So it can't be all that bad. The only thing is that it's definitely a little chunkier. So that might make it a little bit harder for some people to play. 268 on top of having troll armor is pretty small. At least it's short. So it's much easier to hide. Which is always a good thing for any tank. Being big, not really an advantage. 183 fired because he's gonna be moving up instead. That's fine though. We have a VK moving up through mid. We have all sorts of shots in mid here. Oh jeez, that didn't go very straight. Got a shot into his lower plate. He blind fired at us. 50B is putting a clip into standard B. No, he's not. Because he's afraid of getting hit. Like that. 589. Not the best roll, but it's okay. Don't want to poke that because the VK's right there and he'll spot us. We could catch him overextending though. Our E100's getting... Oh, I was gonna say if he survives a little bit we could help him out, but he's gone now. Sadly. Standard B goes down. They've got a full health VK in the middle. They also have a healthy standard, or not a standard, 121B. That was a high heat roll. Oh, they have a grill too. Still sit there. $318. You will tickle me. Back up, let the VK block the 50B for us. 50B's clipping now. We need to pick up this kill. We need to pick up some kill. VK's not gonna bounce anything. Okay, maybe he might. No, he's not. Oh, I'm clippable for the 50B. Grill picked up a kill though, so that's game over, unfortunately. Had a good game, but wasn't a win. Learning permit. Now let's see how much time left until the next games. Should be like 7 minutes. Yeah. So play one more quick game. Try Vickers. I swear the last time I played Vickers I got this map in the same side. Let's see, most of the team is going that way. They have a 30B and a Sheridan. Our Batchat is AFK, so can't really afford to play very aggressive here. We're just gonna chill passive and get some spots off, make our plays later on, once more tanks are spotted. Be pre-aiming over there, because most likely any tank is playing that side is gonna poke up there, or not. What is this guy doing? Take his tracks off. Spin him out, as you see. Always try to aim for the tracks if you have a shot. Sheridan's on A. I don't get spotted if I get into the bush like this.
Enemy is hit.
Can't do that again though, because the 30B's there. But the Sheridan's down. So now we can peek into that bush like... yeah, this should work. 30B's down. Sheridan has bled a lot of HP. They've got an AMX coming down through mid now. It's kind of weird, but it could be bad for us. 30B misses his shot. This HE pen is supposed to be pretty nice. So we bleed him out pretty good bit. We have the reload on the 30B. Didn't want to risk HE on him. AMX might turn around for the bat, and it looks like he is. Batchat almost picked him up. These 75 should have him, so we're gonna do some things on the other side of the map for now. There you go. Ooh, the 183's there. I was gonna say, not sure where their U100 is.
Enemy armor is damaged.
183 fired. Bad Chat's bullying him right now. But he's gonna turn to... Oh no, he's not.
Nice shot. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
We just have the HP at this point to go in and make some plays. As long as we don't get set on fire or racked or something, we should be alright.
Our truck is hit. He could break any minute. We hit them hard.
VK is pretty slow, it looks like. We might be able to bait a shot from him then. Oh, he's just not even paying attention. And he shot, so... U100's going for us though. Just don't give him a sign, we can't get HE. And we're all good. Oh!
Another target.
Tournament room was up now. That was a pretty good game. What do we have here? Naps versus Apex in the finals for Prove Your Skill number 4. After today, this is going to be the midway point of the ascent of the winter season. So after today, half of the Prove Your Skill tournaments are going to be over. Only going to be 4 more left for teams to get into the top 8. Nap's going to be taking... we have Hellas again. So Naps are going to be playing on Hellas again. Maybe someone from Apex would be watching the stream. They might have a good idea of what Naps likes to do. But again, hopefully that's not the case. Naps are going to be taking 2 IS4s, 2 Krons, 2 E5s, and a Vickers Light. This is pretty standard lineup for Naps, actually. Sometimes they do like that 3rd Kron, though, so... Apex are going to be taking 3 E5s, 2 IS4s, a Kron, and a T22 medium. Now again, the T22 versus Vickers, in that matchup, I'd say the T22 has the advantage. But let's see here. Will Naps play aggressive into the B area? And will Apex play at least a little bit passive on that B area? I don't think we've seen a matchup where both teams play AB, so maybe this could be the first time. Naps are going to be playing, looks like they're playing towards that AB area. We've got Kami and External moving that way as well. Again, as I was saying earlier, it's not that difficult to just leave some tanks here, getting soft resets on B. Now, they've got External and Kami doing so. Radium might actually get punished for it. He might get caught off guard, getting onto the B cap. Let's see if External and Kami are able to punish him. External gonna get spotted fairly early, though. Actually, no, it was Kami that got spotted. Not sure how that happened exactly. Radium gets a shot into him, now gonna be forcing him back. Kami doesn't want to bleed a whole lot more. External now spotted there. Let's see what kind of shots he has, though. Apex, though, did take C very quickly. Actually, we're gonna just go and see what is going on here. Tommy and Nemo are both spotted by Ryan. Ryan is now spotted, though. Shells coming in towards Ryan, it looked like. Tommy and Nemo both forcing him out of that position. Button now taking some hits. Looks like he pushed into a little bit of a crossfire here. Definitely not where he wants to be. DJR now looks like he has shots on him. External has shots on him too. Button getting just crossfired out here. Nap's going to be making a rotation though onto these tanks here. They have 2 kills. Button is going to be taking a long time to kill. Actually, no, not anymore. Apex jumping on him very quickly. Tommy takes some hits. Nemo is going to be the next focus target in the sights of all these Naps tanks. Taking lots of hits. Wabbit puts 1 more into him. Nemo down to 9 HP now. Oh, who's going to pick him up? Don't know. Wabbit, they're actually going to be switching focus. Maybe Radium trying to ram kill him. Misses the HE. Absolutely botches that shot. Wabbit now getting punished here. The HPs are pretty even for now, but Apex have the gun advantage. They're up 1 gun. Raindrop and Synergy also going to get focused out by basically 5 tanks here. Raindrop trying to get away. Radium trying to block for Raindrop. Intercepts the shot from DJR, but he's going to get double tapped by AKA and External here. Kami goes down though. Apex kind of... No, I was going to say Nap's kind of bringing it back, but no, Apex have the cap... Or no, they don't have the cap, I'm sorry. The HP advantage. Synergy takes a lot of HP. Radium now down low as well. Naps just don't have the HP at this point. They're also stuck here. They've got Synergy and Radium both trapped here. Steel Hunter trying to cover for him as much as he can, but External just going to come in from behind, picks a shot into Synergy. Synergy going to be dropping down, but Apex knows that he's basically done for. Picked him up anyways. Ryan now coming in, but not a whole lot to do here. They had pretty good control of the caps. They have 2 caps and 800 points, but Naps weren't able to stay alive long enough to make it matter. Ryan might actually get away for a little bit though. Maybe if he's able to stay alive long enough, but oh, that was a lot of HP. Makes him a 1-shot. Ooh, but that C cap is going to be very far away. Apex now going for the A cap. Ryan would have to take B, but External is now going to go for B. Had Naps picked up another kill, it might have been a different game. If they had 1 versus 2 on the Vickers, maybe the Vickers would have been able to clutch this. Actually, External. Oh, Ryan might actually get the cap here. External has to push for it. Sky Warrior also looking for a shell if he pulls out. External has the shot here. Oh, low roll, but he doesn't get the cap anyway. That's all he needed, the reset. And now Ryan pretty much has no chance of winning. As you saw there, Naps, had they held on for just a little bit longer, they would have won that game on cap. Naps possibly mistiming that push there. Button going in fairly early before any of the other tanks were spotted. Had Button just gone in late, a little bit later, that push might have been much better. But as it was, Button just kind of got deleted for free. Naps came in a little bit late on that other side. Again, timing seemed like it was a little bit off, but I think that happens a lot. Maybe Button just is told they go early. But we see it happen fairly often. Most of the times he's on mouse though. Apex going to be taking a 215B, one of my favorite tanks. It's got a solid gun for sure, but a lot of teams don't really like using it because it's a little bit difficult to make the gun angles work, as well as the fact that it's just much softer than an E5, so it's a lot easier to punish should it get caught out of position. But if you can make the gun work, it is way better at dealing damage than basically any other heavy tank. Nap's going to be taking 1 E5 instead of an IS-4 compared to their normal strat, or normal lineup. Apex 3 E5s, a 215, 2 IS4s, and I believe there's a T22. Of course, spawns are swapped. Hellas gonna be played again. Naps need to pick up a game here so they can go on to the next one. Could see another tiebreaker today. So a lot of the early stages were coming down to a lot of 2-0 wins, like 2-0 for one team, but I think recently teams are starting to figure each other out more. A lot more close matchups. A lot more 2-1 scores as well. AKA pushing up aggressively in the T22. Going to meet some resistance from Naps here. Raindrop is almost... is going to be pretty much at the same time as a T22. AKA just going to be getting out of there. Doesn't want to get pushed on by that single E5. Ooh, Raindrop trying to get a shot into the back of AKA. Looks like it hit the turret. Wabbit looking for a shot on AKA was as well. Not hitting. Ryan is on the B-cap alone. Getting pushed on by Sky Warrior. Gets hit as he's pulling off, but able to pick up that B-cap. External, though, looking for a shot into him as he pulls out. Ryan losing a lot of HP. Might get hit again. Oh, External and Sky Warrior both doing a good job. Oh, Ryan pulled out a little bit. Not sure why he did that. Probably was trying to get unspotted so External wouldn't have a better shot on him. But Sky Warrior gets a good shell into him. Ryan covering a little bit for that Vickers, but kind of overextending. Looks like maybe they were trying to get some shots into External. External definitely overextended now here. Wabbit putting a shell into him. And both of the Krons picking up a pretty quick kill on External. This is going to complicate things for Apex. They have 2 caps, though. They could sit on it, but at this point, it looks like they want to turn it into a kill game. DJR is getting pushed on now. Naps making a good push on these tanks over here. Apex not bleeding it out as much as they should be. Oh, Radium now actually gets hammered. Ooh, this could turn around pretty quickly. Naps have Wabbit that's pretty low. They've got Radium that's very low as well. Radium might be able to get away with the speed boost. Oh, but Sky Warrior gets a good shell into him before he goes down. Critical pickup there. Wabbit also goes down. Naps and Apex both fairly similar on HP. Oh, but look, Raindrop pushing in super aggressive. And he's not going to be getting support. Definitely not the play they wanted to make. Raindrop trying to get away now. Kami going to be chasing in that 215B. Definitely has that 1 versus 1. Tommy now getting focused out for Naps. Steel Hunter also low. Raindrop looks like they got set on fire by Kami. Gonna be picking up the kill. Steel Hunter goes down at the same time, and that's basically game over for Naps, I would say. 4 guns on 3. Ryan is very low. Tommy, or we've got, yeah, Tommy and Kami both sandwiching Button here. Button just going down super fast. 215B farming all sorts of damage with that Hesh. Rai able to pick up a kill on that offside, but it took way long. Again, the Kran DPM just not very good. Even in a 1 versus 1, it's going to take such a long time to pick up kills. Apex might have to take control of the caps, though. If Ryan is able to get away, Nemo has to pick this shot. Woo, isn't able to do so. Ryan now coming in. Looks like they might be able to open up some crossfire, though. Ryan trying to put some shells into Kami. Not... Oh, those were critical shots. Really needed to hit those. 2 shells. Doesn't even get a reset on A. Ryan getting chased by Nemo. Looks like he's going to get caught here. The E5 just fast enough to keep up with the Vickers. Ryan missing the track shot. Gets knocked out by Nemo, and that's going to be game to Apex. 2-0. Again, 215B, if you're able to get that gun to work, all kinds of good things are going to be coming your way. 5,985 damage, almost 6,000 in a tournament gameplay is pretty good. If again, 215B just doing so well there. 12 hits and 12 penetrations. I think... Hold on. Basically averaging 500 damage per shot. So, definitely making good use of that hash. Again, the 215B, such a damage farmer if you're able to get it into a good position. Hami, definitely, I saw a lot of hash shells going in that game on the backs of E5s as well as those crons. So 215B definitely proving itself to work. And that's going to be the final match of the day. Let's see who won. Pramo versus Void. Void losing 2-0. Pramo picking up that win. They got the 3rd place. Gonna be actually their worst result of the season, but that's really impressive, making it halfway through the tournament and only losing a single set of matches. I don't think any other team comes close to that, even the 2nd place team. So it's going to be halftime now. Teams are going to have to pick it up if they want to make it into the top 8, especially the teams are in the bottom 3. Which should be Void, CPG, and Pincer. But CPG didn't play today. I think they're going to be replaced by Purple, who did play today. So that's basically the conclusion of today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tournament game.